My love has flown away. I am without my love. Without my love. Now laughing friends deride, tears I cannot hide. So I smile and say, when a lovely flame dies, smoke gets in your eyes. Smoke gets in your eyes. Smoke gets in your eyes. Fee, fee, fi, fi, fo, fo, fum. I smell smoke in the auditorium. Charlie Brown, he's a clown. That Charlie Brown, he's gonna get caught. Just you wait and see.
Why is everybody always picking on me?
That's him on his knees. I know that's him. Yelling 7,11 down in the boys' gym. Charlie Brown, he's a clown. That Charlie Brown, he's gonna get caught. Just you wait and see.
Why is everybody always picking on me?
Who's always writing on the wall? Who's always goofing in the hall? Who's always throwing spinning balls? Guess who?
Me?
Walks in the classroom, cool and slow. Who calls the English teacher daddy-o? Charlie Brown, he's a clown. That Charlie Brown, he's gonna get caught. Just you wait and see.
Why is everybody always picking on me?
Walks in the classroom, cool and slow. Who calls the English teacher daddy-o? Charlie Brown, he's a clown. That Charlie Brown, he's gonna get caught. Just you wait and see.
Why is everybody always picking on me?
Don't believe all those lies, darling, just believe your eyes and look, look. My heart is an open book. I love nobody but you. Look, look. My heart is an open book. My love is honest and true. Some jealous so and so wants us to part. That's why he's telling you that I've got a cheating heart. Don't believe all those lies, darling, just believe your eyes and look, look. My heart is an open book. I love nobody but you. Some jealous so and so wants us to part. That's why he's telling you that I've got a cheating heart. Don't believe all those lies, darling, just believe your eyes and look, look. My heart is an open book. I love nobody but you. Nobody but you. Nobody but you.
Never felt like this until I kissed you. How did I exist until I kissed you? Never had you on my mind. Now you're there all the time. Never knew what I missed till I kissed you. I kissed you. Oh yeah, things have really changed since I kissed you. My life's not the same now that I kissed you. Oh yeah, you got a way about you. Now I can't live without you. Never knew what I missed till I kissed you. I kissed you. Oh yeah, you don't realize what you do to me. And I didn't realize what a kiss could be. You got a way about you. Now I can't live without you. Never knew what I missed till I kissed you. I kissed you. Oh yeah, you don't realize what you do to me. And I didn't realize what a kiss could be. You got a way about you. Now I can't live without you. Never knew what I missed till I kissed you. I kissed you. Oh yeah, I kissed you. I kissed you. Oh yeah, I kissed you.
Sea of love.
All right, can everyone hear me okay? So first of all, welcome to the St. Michael Cinema, Marian's second home for the last 5 years. And we were so incredibly blessed and so incredibly grateful for her presence here at the cinema for a number of reasons. She made our customers feel extremely special. She was the bright, shining face as soon as you walked in the door. There were many people that would intentionally wait and go to her line so that they could feel the blessings of Marian and walk into their movie feeling very good and feeling loved and feeling part of a community. She had an incredible spirit about her that as soon as you started talking to her, you felt like you were lifelong friends. She made you feel like a very special person. The moment was yours with her. And it was always just, there's a reason why everyone adopted her as their second grandma, their second mom, a staple in the community, really. The first time I ever met her, I didn't work here. I came as a customer. I saw her behind the box office and immediately felt like I knew her. I knew her from somewhere. I wasn't sure where. And I said that to her. I said, do I know you? And she, probably from McDonald's. I get that a lot. And it's true. The whole town knew her. She was the greeter at McDonald's before she came to the cinema. And she took the spirit of a community greeter and she brought it here. And we are, as I said, we're very blessed that we were able to have her here for nearly 6 years. What we wanted to do today was really just remember her for what she was when you came into the cinema. We didn't want this to be a mourning period. We wanted it to be a celebration. I think Marian would have wanted that. She faced plenty of trials in her life. She was a single mom, and she did a great job with raising her son, Tim. The whole community knew how proud she was of her family, whether it was her son, her grandchildren, or most recently, her great-grandkids. I think everybody saw pictures of the great-grandkids. She was so proud to pull that phone out and show the latest video, tell the latest happenings of her family. And she was always interested in what's going on with your family, what's going on in your world, how can I help you? Let's make sure you end the day with a smile. So many great things about her. What we did was we did put a video tribute together. A lot of it is from our Facebook Live. As most of you know, she was the face of the cinema. So let's take a minute or a few minutes and take a look at the video and remember some of the happy times that she brought to us, the movies she recommended and those she didn't. So yeah, without further ado, here's the video.
I will follow you wherever you may go. There isn't an ocean too deep, a mountain so high it can keep me away. I must follow you. Ever since you touched my hand, I know that near you I always must be, and nothing can keep you from me. You are my destiny. I love you, I love you, I love you, and where you go I'll follow, I'll follow, I'll follow. You'll always be my true love, my true love, my true love, from now until forever, forever, forever. I will follow you. Follow you wherever you may go. There isn't an ocean too deep, a mountain so high it can keep me away from the
again, and I'm going to talk about Lion King because I'm so excited. It will be here in 9 days. The sneak previews are on Thursday the 18th. Be sure and go online and order some tickets because I don't want you standing in line. But it's okay if you do, I don't mind. I'd love to see you here regardless, but I'm so excited for Lion King. I saw the previews and I just can't wait. We've got 2 new shows this week. Stuber, that's something about a Uber driver, and that's rated R. And Crawl, that's rated R. And remember, Les Musiques will be having more concerts soon. They kind of cool it during the summer because there's so many free outside concerts. So they'll be coming back soon. I can hardly wait. I love Saturday nights and Friday nights with concerts. And the bar, I don't think there's anything new, but you can go up and ask them. They might have some new drinks. And food, you know, we have quesadillas. I don't know if you've had them, but we have beef, cheese, and chicken quesadillas. And remember the kids' meals. I think you can get a quesadilla for a kids' meal. I'm not positive, but it seems to me you can. And remember, my favorite wrap is the crispy chicken bacon ranch wrap. Oh, I just love that. I don't know if you've tried it, but try it if you haven't. And kind of slow this week, but next week it won't be slow. We'll have Lion King and probably some other new movies. But that's all we've got for this week. So I hope to see you soon. I'm signing off. Well, come on in, see a good movie. We don't charge an arm and a leg, you know. Some theaters do. Is that why they have that hatchet throwing?
Boom. Roasted.
I just wanted to know. I had to bring that up. I'll be glad to see you when you get here. Thank you. So it's Tuesday, and I want to say howdy. I'm just so proud to be here at the St. Michael Cinema. I love this theater. There's always so much fun, so much going on. We have awesome customers and we have awesome employees. So you got to get yourself in here and enjoy it with me. And do you remember this song? Yes, we have no bananas. We have no bananas today. Well, we do. We have deep fried banana peppers, banana pepper rings, and they're really good. You know, I like them because I like the hot stuff that doesn't burn your mouth. I mean, you get the taste, but it doesn't burn your mouth, but it makes your cheeks sweat. I just love stuff like that. I guess I shouldn't say sweat, I should say glisten. That sounds better. But that's what these do. There was a place in California where I used to go where they have taquitos, and I wouldn't eat them for the longest time because I was afraid of the heat. Then I found out they don't burn your mouth, but they really taste good and they make your cheeks glisten. So try them out. And don't forget tomorrow night, May 8th, it's the comedy showcase featuring Brian Miller. For only $5, you can't beat that. You can buy your tickets online now, or you can come in anytime and buy them at the ticket booth. Don't miss it. It's a really fun show, and that's why the chicken crossed the road to get here for that show. Did you see that? I had to bring that up again, sorry. Visit Le Bar on your way up to the 3rd floor to see the comedy show. We've got great bartenders that would just love to see you come in. Well, all I can say is come to the St. Michael Cinema and pick your entertainment. We have movies, comedy, concerts. You can't miss by coming here. Besides, I love to see you. We all do. So come on in soon. Thanks. Hope you'll be here tomorrow night and every night. See you next time. And don't forget to come Saturday, April 13, and hop down the Easter Bunny Trail with us. 8:30 to 10, and then the free movie hop. That's why I said hop down, you know. Everybody loves our popcorn. Our secret, popped in only canola oil, no flavorings or colors added. We use real butter, always, always. And you can get it in the middle and on top. We have extended hours all this week for spring break. And the movies start at 10 a.m. and we have shows as late as 10 p.m. So starting as late as 10 p.m. Don't forget the Texas Hold'em. And on Tuesday nights and on Thursday nights, we have trivia and lots of stuff going on. And I hope to see you all again. And happy trails. See you soon. Happy Tuesday. We're here again. And coming this week, The Possession of Hannah, rated R. We have special showings on Saturday, December 1st and Saturday, December 8th of Elliot, the littlest reindeer. And that's rated PG. And Santa and Mrs. Claus will be here at our theater.
Santa's coming to town.
Santa! Oh my God! Santa here?
On December 8th. So you can see the littlest reindeer, Elliot, and Santa the same day. Isn't that exciting? I like it. And in our La Music room, on Thursday, November 29th, there's a great show at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Songs and Stories with Barry Zavan. He has had a most incredible life. And you remember him from Channel 5 or 11 as the weatherman. He was great then, and this is a show you really don't want to miss. And there are some seats available, so I hope to see you here this coming Thursday. If you call, you can get in, I'm sure. On Saturday, on Saturday, December 1st at 8 o'clock, there's Tom Petty tribute, Free Falling. Monday, December 3rd at 7:30, Brian White acoustic Christmas show. And of course, I don't know what else I can tell you except the bar is great, the bartenders are great. We like to see you. The food is really great. I love it. So I'd love to see you here this week, starting today. You can still make it. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks. Hi, this is Marian. I'm back. I've missed you. Despicable Me is our dollar show this week. It's showing tonight at 6:45 and tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Next week, Land Before Time will be showing for the dollar show. Be sure and show up. They're good shows. Can't miss it. Can't get anything better for $1. Sure. Watch our website. We're launching a new look soon, so don't forget that. Le Bar, that's where we are right now in our new lounge area at Le Bar. You remember our bartenders, how nice they are. So come back up and see us. Coming this Friday is Dog Days, rated PG. The Meg, rated PG-13. Slender Man, rated PG-13. Our food of the month are mini tacos, and are they ever good? I can't quit eating them. I'll have a new look to myself pretty soon. Finally, I'd like you to come and join me for my birthday celebration, August 27th through the 30th. They asked me what my favorite movie is. It's Singing in the Rain, and they're going to be showing it that week. So come and see it. It's the best movie. It's so much fun. I just love it. Tickets will go on sale soon, so be watching our website for that. Good to see you. Come and see us soon. I'll see you at the movies. Thank you.
Dozens of people packed the St. Michael's Cinema to wish one of its longtime employees a happy 80th birthday. Marian has worked at the movie theaters since 1961. She now works as a box office attendant at St. Michael's Cinema. Everyone who showed up to celebrate her life spoke of her kind smile and warm greetings. The celebration is one way for theater goers to honor a woman they consider family.
It's wonderful. I'm so happy. They're all great. They're all my friends. I met them at McDonald's when I worked there, and now they've come to the theater to see me. So it's wonderful. And new ones at the theater.
She's popular. Marian's featured weekly on the cinema's Facebook page, where she updates everyone on events and new movies. Marian says she is not 80, but she is turning 27 for the 54th time.
Good night, Kathy. See you tomorrow.
Good night, darling. Take care of that throat. You're a big singing star now, remember? This California dew was just a little heavier than usual tonight.
Really? From where I stand, the sun is shining all over the place. I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling, I'm happy again. I'm laughing at clouds so dark up above. And the sun's in my heart and I'm ready for love. Let the stormy clouds chase everyone from the place. Come on with the rain, I've a smile on my face. I walk down the lane with a happy refrain, just singing, singing in the rain, dancing in the rain. I'm happy again. I'm singing and dancing in the rain. dancing and singing in the rain.
Just run with it. That was something that was always, she always just made it super easy. So she would run with things, and she was just a wonderful spokesperson for us. I'd like to turn it over to Tim, her son. He's going to be able to share some memories of Marian that we didn't have the privilege of knowing, but she did tell us stories all the time, and we got to hear these stories, and we wanted to be able to kind of share a little piece of Marian with you outside of the theater. She led quite an exciting life. So here is Tim.
Well, thank you everyone for coming today. You know, I was telling a few of my friends about, you know, when my mother passed away, you know, my wife said to me, so what are you going to do? You know, and I said, well, you know, I'd like to have a nice service at the church in Hanover here that really had become her home. And, you know, I'd love it if we could do something at the theater, because there's nothing that she would love more than getting everybody together at the theater with a bucket of popcorn. And that's what she would really love. And I just told my wife that, and the next thing I know, Shelley's calling me and like saying, how about if we do this? How about if we do that? It was all the things I didn't even have to ask. They were all over it and wanted to do that. So she thought the world of this theater. She thought the world of this community. You know, and the theater thing goes way back. She started at theaters downtown Minneapolis, and her first long stint was at the Riverview Theater in South Minneapolis. And by coincidence, the guy that owns the Riverview Theater now also owns this theater. So there's a lot of strange coincidences that have all come together here. And, you know, it's been a little over a month now since we've lost her, and, you know, wanted to make this more of a happy kind of celebration today, which I think she'd prefer. And, you know, I'm dealing with things a little bit better than I was, but with that said, the thing that strikes me every time I walk into the theater is, you know, I go to the box office where I used to see her sitting and, you know, have a little talk with her. And today when I went there, I really felt like she was sitting there and that she's here with us today. But the thing that has really struck me the last month is she'd call me 2 or 3 times a day, every day. And, you know, some days I thought it was too much. Now I really miss it, you know. So it's tough. But when she'd call me, when she was working at the theater, she would say, Dan and Judy were in today to see me, you know, and they're taking me to church on Sunday. And she'd go on about every single customer that came in to see her. She'd tell me a story about this person or what Shelley did or what Favor did, you know. She had employees here that she just loved, and you know, this has just been an amazing place for her. So if you noticed, probably going to jump around all over the place here because I don't believe in like written, presentations. So I apologize if I kind of jump back and forth on the timeline. But on that video, the first video there of Ricky Nelson was important to her because she went to Hollywood High School for a year, and she was in tumbling class with Ricky Nelson, and they got to be friends. And so she always thought the world of Ricky Nelson. So, and I'll tell you a little bit more about Ricky Nelson in a little bit, but that's why that was in there if you were wondering. And of course, the Singing in the Rain thing was her favorite movie. And part of the reason it was her favorite movie was not just it's a great movie, but Donald O'Connor was in that movie. And while she was at Hollywood High, she took dance lessons from Donald O'Connor. So I think her connection with Singing in the Rain was one of the actors that was, and dancers that was in Singing in the Rain. So, so back to the theater business. So she worked at the Riverview Theater in South Minneapolis, and then when I was, I think, 3 or 4 years old, she started working at the Cherished Theater in Robbinsdale. And she had a full-time job during the day. She'd come home at 5 o'clock. I'd be waiting in the door for her to pull in the driveway, and I'd run out to the car, and we'd drive to the theater. And I grew up at the Terrace Theater in Robbinsdale and met my wife there. I met a lot of people there, let a lot of my friends into the movies over the years. A lot of my friends, including Jim Stack, who's here tonight, was an usher there. And both of us escaped the Terrace and went downtown to work at the Skyway for higher wages, but that's another story. But she continued to work at the Terrace Theater for years after that. I think she left there in 1992, and she had a short stint of not working in a theater, which she really missed. And then she worked at one of the Brookdale theaters for several years. Matter of fact, we took my son Jake, who's walking down the steps with his son over here, to Ghostbusters there. And since there's a new Ghostbusters movie coming out, right, next month, I thought that was appropriate to mention that. And then she also worked at the Coon Rapids AMC Theater for, I think, 2 or 3 years before moving over here and starting work at McDonald's, where Seth up there has replaced her at the window and continues to do a great job at McDonald's. So make sure you go to see Seth at McDonald's in the morning. So, but, growing up with her, it was pretty amazing because she just always was bringing people home and always introducing me to people and always telling me these incredible stories. I played baseball, and baseball meant a lot to me. Matter of fact, one of my very good friends who passed away a couple of years ago, his father and sister are here tonight, Daryl and Stacy, and thank you for coming. We had a long, fun baseball time together, and being raised by a single mother, one of my surrogate's dads was Daryl over here. Took me on a lot of trips and stuff with them, so I appreciate that, and I appreciate you coming tonight. It means a lot. So some of the stories, though, from the Terrace, a lot of celebrities. This Terrace Theater was known as the America's finest movie theater. It was really something when it was built in the 50s, and a lot of celebrities would come through there. And because I was a baseball player, Rod Carew was my favorite player, and Rod Carew lived in Golden Valley, and the Terrace Theater was his closest theater, so Rod Carew was a regular there, and she'd always tell me how nice he was and how he said this and that, and, it was great. And the other guy that used to come into town and take a taxi every single time and bring his fellow players with him was Reggie Jackson, who she got to know really well. He came to the Terrace every time. He told her it was his favorite theater in the whole country. So those are just some really neat stories about, that I grew up listening to. So the other thing that you probably don't know about her, that some of you that were at the funeral service probably know this, but besides going to Hollywood High School, after Hollywood High School, she did a number of interesting things. She worked in Yellowstone Park for a summer. She danced in the USO. She danced for a professional dance troupe. And probably the most interesting thing she did before I came along was she worked in Mercury, Nevada at the atomic test site. And she had these crazy stories about when there was going to be a nuclear bomb tested. She'd jump in the Jeep with her fellow workers. They'd drive out in the desert, put on their goggles, and wait for the warm wind to blow against them. So I don't know that that is something you want to do, but that was one of the stories she told us about. So, you know, and then when, you know, I was in grade school, going back to the whole dance thing, in addition to her full-time job and working at the Cherished Theater, on the few nights she had off, we'd spend them at either Brooklyn Center High School or Columbia Heights High School because she was the choreographer for their school musicals. So I grew up loving, you know, musicals like Funny Girl and Finian's Rainbow and On a Clear Day, all those great musicals from the 60s and 70s. So I guess they weren't the 70s. The ones that were still done in the 70s in high schools. So, but it gave me a real appreciation for, you know, movies, entertainment, and some of the things that were behind that. So all in all, I couldn't have asked for a better mother. And it's amazing to me that when I worked at the Cherished Theater, you know, I didn't have any brothers or sisters. And my family was all the ushers and what we called candy girls. Sorry, you know, I know that's not politically correct today to say candy girls, but that's what we had back then. They were my brothers and sisters. And because I was a young, kind of wise kid, you know, I didn't want people to know that she was my mother. So I was the only one at the theater that called her Marian. Everybody else called her Mom. So... and, you know, I commonly was asked, why do you call your mom Marian? And you know, my question back to them, why do you call her Mom? You know, so that was an ongoing thing that we had at the theater. So anyway, I could keep you here all night, but I know they've got other things going on at the theater, so I won't go on any longer. One of the things... you know, going back to the whole Ricky Nelson thing, when she got sick, you know, actually before she got sick, she was just thrilled when Tom, who runs the music room here, was able to book Matthew and Gunnar Nelson, Ricky Nelson's sons, for a concert here this summer. And she was so excited about that concert, she couldn't wait to go to it. And we were going to do whatever it took to get her here. Unfortunately, it was the Thursday before she passed away, and she just wasn't able to come. So my wife and I came to that concert. But before that, Tom was nice enough to have Matthew and Gunnar put together a video for her to cheer her up. And we're going to play that in just a second. But I want to just tell you that after she saw this video, it really, you know, that Friday, the day after the concert, really perked her up. It was a big deal. And my wife and I had a chance to talk to Matthew and Gunnar after the concert, and they were just amazing how much time they took to spend talking to us about their father at Hollywood High School. And one of the things they said was that their dad had told them that every day after school, he'd go with his high school friends, because what you got to know about Ricky Nelson, and Matthew and Gunnar are, I think, the same way, is that he didn't like being a star. He wanted to fit in with everybody else. So he was humble. He was just a great classmate, and he treated everybody the same, and he didn't want any special treatment for himself. So Matthew and Gunnar told me that he used to tell them about going to Wallach's Music City on Sunset and Vine in Hollywood every day after school, and they had listening booths where they go in and listen to records. So they said, let us sign a picture for you. So they signed a picture to her, and they said, to Marian, see you after school at Wallach's Music City. And I brought that to her at the hospital, and she says, how did they know? That's where we went. I spent hours with Ricky there. So she just had a great day on Friday between the stories we told her that Matthew and Gunnar had shared with us and the video that they're going to show right now.
Well, hello, Miss Marian. It's Gunnar Nelson here.
And it's the other one. This is Matthew. Hi there.
Now, we heard that you're healing up nicely in the hospital right now, and you couldn't be at our show because of that. We just wanted to send you a hug through technology here and let you know that we were thinking about you and praying for you and send you all of our love and affection. We hope to see you next time we're in town.
And we want to see you at our show next time, all right? So get well, and we'll say a prayer for you, and we'll see you next time we're around. All right? Take care, and God bless.
Another couple of days with my mom where my whole family got to go in and spend a Saturday with her before she passed away. So one of the things, you know, the theater's got some amazing plans to remember my mother. And one of the things I've talked to Shelley and Lauren about here is doing an annual film series. And you know, Tom, my good friend Tom here with the concert, I'd like to get a concert in, and my dream is to bring Matthew and Gunnar back each year for that, because it would mean the world to her. So one of the things we're going to be working on is a film series and concert event each year with all of the proceeds going to local scholarships, because you know, she passed away from cancer, but to me, these fundraisers for cancer and all these diseases, the money tends to go into a black hole. You don't know if it's actually doing something. And because this community meant so much to her, and the kids in this community, you know, meant so much to her, they were all so kind to her. I think, you know, being able to give something that is meaningful to the community is what she'd really want. So that's what we hope to do. And I hope you'll all be a part of it when we do that. Again, thank you all for coming. I know Shelley has a few things to say, too. So.
Thank you, Tim. I was looking at these pictures behind me, and I want to mention this bottom corner one here with her sitting in the chair. That's actually from Albertville Friendly City Days Parade. And we had rented we went in with Andy's Hometown Pizza and had a semi. And our whole goal was to try to get her up on that semi, sitting in one of our recliners, looking like she was watching a movie. And I think there was 6 guys that helped her get up there. She didn't want to walk the ramp. She didn't want to do anything. But, boy, once she got up there, she was happy as can be. I think she sat up there for about 4 hours because she didn't want to come back down. So that was a lot of fun. When we were doing the This Week at the Cinema videos, she would always, I encourage you all to go out to our Facebook page and dig up some of the old ones, because she's got some great singers out there on the most random things, of course, but it really showcases her personality. And when she had to promote a rated R movie, for example, you could tell that she was not going to that movie. But if the rated G movies, she had to come out, boy, she could talk for all day on those. So she was not, she didn't shy away from her opinions, and at the same time always respectful. Always promoting the cinema, promoting the movies. And like I had mentioned earlier, she was the face of the cinema, and we're so very proud of that and so very grateful that she was willing and able to do that. And the community felt her, or the community rallied behind her, and it'll be a loss. So who is going to replace the face of the cinema? I'm not sure that there can be a replacement for Marian, quite honestly, and I don't believe that we're going to be looking for one. We want Marian to remain the face of the St. Michael Cinema. I think that everyone in this current community does know her. If you didn't get a chance to meet her, you've likely heard stories about her. She still lives in the spirit of those at McDonald's, and I know Seth has, at any time I go through the drive-in, he says, oh, you work with Marian. He recognizes it. We are her people. She has trained us and worked with us, and I think there's a lot of people in this community that can call themselves one of Marian's crew, whether it be, like I said, a surrogate granddaughter, daughter, friend, employee. A lot of people have roles. So people have been asking, what are we going to do? How are we going to remember Marian here at the cinema? There's been a lot of different things, a lot of different ideas, whether it's a plaque, it's something behind her specific box office. And what we're planning on doing is actually probably a little bit bigger than that. We're hoping, if you can all envision yourself down at Nicollet Mall in Minneapolis, the Mary Tyler Moore statue, and then picture Marian instead of Mary Tyler Moore, and having her toss in her beret, having it right out front of the theater as the greeter, and have her be the forever greeter of the St. Michael Cinema is beyond fitting. She was who you saw when you first walked in. I don't think I have ever met somebody who worked as many hours as she did all through COVID. I'd probably hear from her once a week. When am I coming back? I'm ready to come back. Can I come back to work, please? We were not even open, so there was no job to come back to at that particular point. And we were all very aware and wanting to protect her during that time, which is something she actually wasn't interested in. She wanted to get back here. She wanted to get back to work. She was ready to take the risks, and I'm going out to lunch every week at D. Michael B's, and I'm going to Villa, and I'm going here, and I do my own shopping, and so good for her. She did not seclude herself for the last year. She was very out and active in the community still. She still lived her life. I wish we would have had an opportunity to bring her back. That didn't come to be, but we will have her permanently in our at the cinema, and we're very excited for that. So we have set up a donation account for that. Statues are not a couple dollars. So anybody that is interested in doing that, we will have a campaign going for a while. And like I said, she will be front and center in front of the cinema. It'll be a great place to come and remember her. And as I was trying to think about, why is it that what's so special about Marian? It was her genuine kindness. It was her genuine smile, and it was her genuine love of people. There was really nothing fake about her. I'm not going to sit here and say she was the happy-go-lucky 100% of the time, and that's why she was real. If she didn't like something, you would know about it. And I appreciated that. I appreciated that every time she would share an opinion with me. I knew that it was the truth. I knew she was speaking out of nothing but care and wanting to get her opinion out. So we want to definitely remember and commemorate her far, far into the future. We're hoping many generations get to know Marian from the theater, even if they didn't get a chance to share a story with her. So I wanted to thank you all for coming today. We had a huge community outreach. I think a lot of people were hoping to come to an event, and community events are definitely hard to structure, have the time and place for everybody to show up. To her family, know that hundreds of people have already been through our doors and have said a word, have mentioned Marian. I think at least probably 20 a day are coming through. I heard the news about Marian. She was such a lovely lady. She was always the bright light of the cinema. She was the face of the cinema. So daily we are hearing about how she impacted everyone in the community. It was so eye-opening when it's a little over a month ago now, I had put out information that she wasn't doing well. There were 600 comments on Facebook, all very uplifting comments, and Tim had taken those comments and read them all to her. She undoubtedly knew the face that went with every comment. She had a knack of knowing everyone's name, knowing people's stories, including people in her personal life and being included in theirs. So that's the Marian that we know and love. That's the Marian that we want to remember, and that's the Marian that we would like the community to always remember. So thank you again for coming today. You're welcome to stick around. Tim is going to be around if you want to share any stories with him. I'm certain he would love to hear more. He has heard from a lot of people already, and I think there's nothing better than community love and support during a time like this as you're working to find a new normal and realizing how much love is out there for your family. So thank you very much. Have a wonderful weekend.
By anyone sweeter than you.
never belong to anyone.
Totally sorry, I forgot one last thing. The music room has a memorial seat that is going to be in Marian's honor. If you were ever here, especially around December when the Christmas shows were going on, she couldn't talk enough about the music room and these great shows and Barry's van, the weatherman. You would have thought he was a national celebrity. I didn't know who the heck he was, quite honestly, but she talked about him for weeks, and that was the best show around. So Tom has a plaque that is going up. It will be in the very front row here, and the Marian Braun Memorial seat will be in the music room very soon.
Never be alone. And what more could I long for than to have you for my own? My only desire is loving you eternally. For no other love could ever mean so much to me. So if you say you love me, forever I'll be true. And what more could I long for than to live my life with you? I could never be loved by anyone sweeter than you, and I could never belong to anyone sweeter than you. There'll never be anyone else but you for me. Never ever be, just couldn't be anyone else but you. If I could take my pick of all the girls I have ever known, then I'd come and pick you out to be my very own. There'll never be anyone else but you for me. Never ever be, just couldn't be anyone else but you. A heart that's true and longs for you is all I have to give. All my love belongs to you as long as I may live. There'll never be anyone else but you for me. Never ever be, just couldn't be anyone else but you. I never will forget the way you kiss me. And when we're not together, I wonder if you miss me, 'cause I hope and pray the day will come when you belong to me. Then I'm gonna prove to you how true my love can be. There'll never be anyone else but you for me. Never ever be, just couldn't be anyone else but you. It's late, we gotta get on home. It's late, we've been gone too long. Too bad, we should have checked our time. Can't it's late. We're about to run out of gas. It's late. We gotta